Have you ever been in a room where one person's presence is so quietly commanding that you can't help but be drawn to them? It's not about flashy appearances or loud declarations. It's about a deep, centered strength that radiates from within. I've always been fascinated by that kind of silent magnetism, the sort of power that doesn't need to shout to be heard. Over my many years studying and applying Stoic principles, I've discovered that true attraction is not something you force. It's something you nurture by mastering your inner world, maintaining poise, and cultivating quiet confidence. In today's exploration, I want to share 11 Stoic habits that have helped me and countless others develop a silent, compelling presence. These habits are not about seeking validation or being the center of attention. Instead, they're about embracing self-discipline, listening more than you speak, and letting your actions do the talking. By the end of this journey, you'll have a toolkit for transforming your inner strength into a magnetic force that draws people to you naturally. Let's dive into these practices and discover how to unlock your inner power and become irresistibly attractive without saying a word. One of the first and most profound lessons in Stoicism is that silence is not a weakness. Rather, it is a potent form of self-expression. Marcus Aurelius taught that silence is born of experience and inner calm qualities that only deepen with time and reflection. In our world where everyone is clamoring for attention, the person who holds their tongue and exudes quiet assurance becomes a beacon of true strength. I remember a time early in my career when I attended a networking event. The room was filled with chatter and constant self-promotion, but there was one individual who barely spoke. Instead, she listened intently, maintained a calm demeanor, and when she did speak, her words were measured and impactful. Her silence was not emptiness. It was the sound of a mind at peace. I later learned that her quiet nature came from years of introspection and a deep trust in her own inner wisdom. That encounter taught me that silence, far from being a void, is a canvas upon which your true character is painted. Practice mindful pauses. In conversations, allow moments of silence. Let your thoughts settle before you speak. Reflect daily use. Quiet time, whether during meditation or a simple walk to connect with your inner self. Speak only when necessary. Train yourself to choose words carefully so that when you do speak, your words carry weight. One of the most attractive habits you can develop is the ability to listen deeply. In a society obsessed with talking, those who genuinely listen stand out. The Stoics recognized that listening is essential for true understanding and connection. When you listen without interrupting, you not only honor the other person, but also cultivate a presence that naturally draws people to you. I once worked with a colleague who was notorious for dominating conversations. Meetings felt like a monologue, and it was hard to feel truly heard. In contrast, there was another team member who rarely spoke, yet everyone gravitated toward him. I observed that he listened intently, maintained eye contact, and would pause thoughtfully before responding. One day during a challenging project discussion, he simply listened while others vented their frustrations. Later, his calm, considered input helped resolve the conflict. That day I learned that the quiet act of listening can be far more powerful than any loud declaration. Give your full attention. When someone is speaking, put away distractions and focus entirely on them. Practice empathy. Try to understand the speaker's perspective without planning your response in advance. Reflect back. Summarize what you've heard to confirm, understanding which shows genuine interest. The Stoics believed that every word should carry meaning. Speaking with purpose and precision not only reflects a disciplined mind, but also leaves a lasting impression on those around you. Overuse of words or filler language diminishes the impact of your message. Instead, let your speech be clear, concise, and impactful. There was a time when I felt the need to fill every silence with words, believing that constant communication was the key to connection. Over time, I noticed that this often led to misunderstandings and diluted my message. I began to study the Stoic practice of purposeful speech. I learned to pause, choose my words carefully, and only speak when I had something meaningful to contribute. The transformation was remarkable. Not only did my relationships improve, but I also began to be seen as a thoughtful, measured person whose words mattered. Plan your words, think before you speak, and avoid saying things out of impulse. Keep it concise. Focus on delivering your message clearly without unnecessary elaboration. Practice active reflection. Review conversations later to learn how you might refine your speech further. In Stoic thought, being present is fundamental. When you fully engage with the moment, you signal to others that you value them, and in doing so, you become naturally attractive. Presence is about more than just physical proximity. It's about giving your undivided attention, showing genuine interest, and living fully in the now. I once attended a family gathering where the host was known for his remarkable presence. Despite the distractions of a busy household, he made each guest feel like they were the only person in the room. He listened intently, maintained eye contact, and never looked at his phone. That evening, everyone left feeling deeply appreciated. I realized that his ability to be fully present was the secret to his magnetic charm. Inspired by him, I started practicing mindfulness and made a conscious effort to eliminate distractions during conversations. The result was a newfound sense of connection with those around me and an increased ability to command respect without raising my voice. Practice mindfulness. Engage in mindfulness meditation to train your mind to stay in the present. Eliminate distractions. Put away your phone and other distractions during important interactions. Engage fully. Make eye contact and give your full attention to those you are with. A calm demeanor is perhaps the most attractive quality of all Stoicism. Teaches that inner peace and tranquility are signs of emotional resilience and strength. When you remain calm, even under stress, you become a beacon of stability. People naturally gravitate toward those who are not easily rattled by external chaos. During a particularly stressful project at work, tensions ran high. While many colleagues were visibly agitated, one individual maintained an almost serene calmness. His steady presence and composed demeanor inspired confidence and helped de-escalate heated situations. Observing him, I learned that calmness isn't about ignoring problems. It's about meeting challenges with a clear, centered mind. Over time, I worked on developing this quality by practicing deep breathing exercises and regular meditation. The more I cultivated calm, the less I found myself affected by daily stresses, and the more others sought me out for guidance. Deep breathing practice techniques like diaphragmatic breathing to quickly regain composure. Regular meditation. Incorporate meditation into your daily routine to build a foundation of inner peace. Embrace challenges as opportunities. View stressful situations as chances to practice your calm and build resilience. Perfection is an illusion, but growth is a reality. The Stoics believed in the continual pursuit of self-improvement, not for external validation, but for personal fulfillment. When you focus on growing, you radiate a quiet energy that is both inspiring and magnetic. People are naturally drawn to those who are on a journey of self-discovery and development because they reflect a humble acknowledgement that learning never ends. There was a time when I was obsessed with appearing perfect in every aspect of my life at work, in social settings, and even in my personal relationships. This pursuit of perfection left me feeling exhausted and disconnected. I eventually learned to shift my focus from perfection to growth. I began setting small, achievable goals and celebrated each step forward. Over time, this focus on progress allowed me to embrace my imperfections and become more authentic. My relationships deepened, and I found that people admired my dedication to continuous improvement. It was then I realized that true attractiveness lies in your willingness to grow and evolve, not in a static image of perfection. Set realistic goals. Focus on incremental improvements rather than unattainable perfection. Celebrate progress. Recognize and celebrate every small step forward. Adopt a learning mindset. Embrace challenges as opportunities to learn and grow rather than as failures. Humility is a virtue that shines without needing to be broadcast. The Stoics taught that true worth comes from within, and those who find their value in their actions rather than in constant praise are irresistibly attractive. Humility isn't about downplaying your achievements. It's about being gracious and recognizing that every success is a stepping stone on a greater journey. I once knew someone who boasted about every little achievement, believing that constant praise was the key to admiration. Over time, I observed that despite the loud claims, this person lacked the quiet inner strength that comes from genuine humility. In contrast, I have always admired those who let their actions speak for themselves. I remember a mentor of mine who rarely mentioned his accomplishments. Instead, he focused on guiding others and sharing his wisdom quietly. His humility paired with his unwavering integrity made him a beacon of silent strength. Inspired by him, I learned to celebrate my achievements quietly, understanding that true confidence is shown through calm consistency, not loud self-promotion. Reflect on your journey. Recognize that every achievement is part of a larger path and that there is always more to learn. Share credit. When working with others, acknowledge their contributions as well as your own. Stay grateful. Let gratitude temper your pride and remind you that every success is a gift. The Stoics taught that the only opinion that truly matters is your own. When you detach from the need for constant external validation, you unlock a freedom that is deeply attractive. Being unaffected by what others think isn't a sign of arrogance. It's a testament to your inner security and independence. I once spent a significant part of my life worrying about how others perceived me, whether in professional settings or in personal relationships. This constant preoccupation with external opinions drained my energy and left me feeling anxious. Over time, I embraced a Stoic mindset that taught me to value my own judgment above all else. I practiced detachment by affirming that my worth was inherent and not contingent on others' praise. This shift in perspective brought a profound sense of freedom. I became more authentic, more relaxed, and naturally more attractive to those around me because I was no longer swayed by every opinion that came my way. Focus on your inner voice. Remind yourself that your worth comes from within, not from the accolades of others. Limit social comparisons. Reduce exposure to environments or media that trigger unhealthy comparisons. Build inner confidence. Cultivate habits that reinforce your self-esteem, such as journaling your successes and reflecting on your values. To truly be silently attractive, you must master your emotions. Stoicism teaches that while external events are unpredictable, your emotional responses are always under your control. A calm, composed demeanor in the face of adversity is a magnetic quality that speaks of inner resilience and confidence. When you control your emotions, you project a reliability that draws others toward you. There was a time during a challenging work crisis when everything seemed to be falling apart. While many around me reacted with panic and frustration, I took a moment to center myself. I reminded myself of the Stoic principle that my emotions do not have to dictate my actions. By pausing and processing my feelings internally, I was able to respond with a calm and measured approach. That day, my composure not only helped resolve the crisis, but also earned the respect of my peers. I learned that the ability to master one's emotions is a silent signal of true leadership and attractiveness. Practice regular meditation. Use mindfulness techniques to maintain a calm inner state. Pause before reacting. Develop a habit of taking a deep breath and reflecting before responding. Emotional journaling. Record your emotional responses to challenging situations and learn from them. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what you already have. It creates a sense of abundance and contentment that is both uplifting and magnetic. The Stoics believed that cultivating gratitude helps you find peace amidst life's challenges, and it naturally draws others toward a warm, appreciative presence. I remember a period when I was overwhelmed by a sense of inadequacy and constantly compared myself to others. I felt that no matter how hard I tried, I wasn't good enough. Then I decided to start a daily gratitude journal. Each night, I would jot down 3 things I was grateful for, ranging from small moments of joy to major personal achievements. Over time, this practice transformed my outlook. I began to see the beauty in everyday moments and recognize the value of my own experiences. This shift not only enhanced my inner peace, but also made me more approachable and attractive. People responded to the warmth that radiated from a genuine sense of gratitude. Keep a daily journal. Write down at least 3 things you're thankful for each day. Express your appreciation. Let those around you know that you value them. Reflect on your journey. Regularly, review your gratitude entries to see how far you've come. Finally, one of the most compelling aspects of silent attraction is the ability to lead by example. The Stoics believed that true leadership is shown through actions, not words. When you live with integrity, consistency, and quiet strength, you set a standard that others naturally want to follow. Your behavior becomes a model of the values you hold dear, values like courage, wisdom, and resilience. Early in my career, I encountered a mentor whose quiet strength left a lasting impression on me. He rarely boasted about his accomplishments. Instead, he demonstrated his capabilities through his actions. Whether it was his calm handling of a crisis or his unwavering commitment to fairness, his actions consistently spoke louder than any words could inspire. By his example, I learned to focus on living out my principles. Every day, I began to understand that when you lead by example, you inspire others to find their own inner strength. This silent leadership is not about seeking recognition. It's about embodying the virtues that make you truly attractive from within. Live with integrity. Ensure that your actions align with your core values. Be consistent. Let your behavior be a steady reflection of your character. Inspire others. Encourage those around you to pursue their own paths of growth through your example. After exploring these 11 Stoic habits for becoming silently attractive, here are the essential lessons to remember. 1. Embrace silence. Understand that quiet reflection and measured speech are signs of inner strength. Silence is not emptiness. It's the space where true wisdom resides, too. Listen actively. By genuinely listening, you show respect and build deeper connections, making your presence naturally magnetic. 3. Speak with purpose. Choose your words carefully. Clear, concise, and meaningful speech is far more impactful than empty chatter. 4. Be present. Fully engage with the moment and the people around you, showing them that you value their company. 5. Maintain calm. A calm demeanor in the face of adversity signals emotional resilience and stability. 6. Focus on growth. Embrace the journey of self-improvement rather than chasing an impossible perfection. 7. Practice humility. Let your actions speak for themselves without the need for boastful declarations. 8. Detach from others' opinions. Cultivate an inner confidence that is independent of external validation. 9. Master your emotions. Exercise self-control and emotional regulation to project an aura of quiet power. 10. Cultivate gratitude. Develop a mindset of abundance and appreciation, which naturally radiates warmth and positivity. 11. Lead by example. Live in a way that embodies your values, inspiring others without having to say a word. In the end, the art of being silently attractive is not about changing who you are or striving to fit a particular mold. It is about uncovering and nurturing the quiet strength that already lies within you. Stoicism teaches us that true magnetism comes from a deep-centered power, a calm strength that radiates from self-mastery, integrity, and inner peace. Reflect on the moments in your life when you felt most at ease, most confident, and most true to yourself. Those are the times when you naturally draw people in. Embrace silence as a tool for self-expression. Listen actively, speak with purpose, and be fully present. Cultivate a calm demeanor that serves as a foundation for your emotional resilience. Focus on your growth practice, humility, and trust that your worth comes from within. By detaching from the need for external validation and mastering your emotions, you become a beacon of quiet strength and finally lead by example. Let your actions reflect the virtues you hold dear. My own journey has taught me that being silently attractive is one of the most empowering experiences. It frees you from the relentless need for approval and allows you to cultivate relationships based on genuine connection and mutual respect. When you invest in your inner growth and live authentically, you inspire others to do the same. True attraction is not a loud proclamation. It's the subtle, unwavering glow of a person who knows their worth and lives it every day. I invite you to integrate these Stoic habits into your life. Begin each day with a moment of quiet reflection, reminding yourself of your intrinsic worth. Practice active listening in your conversations, and let your silence speak when words are not necessary. Cultivate gratitude for the small blessings in your life, and let that appreciation radiate outward. Focus on your personal growth by setting goals and celebrating your progress, no matter how small. Lead by example through consistent actions that embody your values and inspire others to rise as well. Remember, you are inherently valuable, and your quiet strength is your greatest asset. The more you nurture your inner world, the more naturally and irresistibly attractive you become, not through forced charisma, but through the authentic expression of who you truly are. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the Stoic habits that can help you unlock your silent magnetic power. I hope these insights empower you to reclaim your inner peace and radiate a quiet confidence that draws people to you effortlessly. If these reflections resonate with you, please share your thoughts and personal stories in the comments. How have you discovered the power of silence and presence in your own life? Let's continue this conversation and support each other in the journey toward self-mastery, inner peace, and true silent attractiveness. In summary, being silently attractive isn't about seeking attention. It's about living with a deep inner strength that radiates naturally. Embrace silence. Listen actively. Speak with purpose. Be fully present and cultivate a calm, resilient mindset. Focus on growth. Practice Humility. Detach from external opinions. Master your emotions and lead by example. These are the keys to unlocking a magnetic presence that doesn't demand validation from others, but instead shines brightly from within. Stay stoic, stay authentic, and let your quiet power transform your world.